Seeking Dawn is kind of amazing. It's kind of like what we've been wanting. Think of this as a mix of Halo, Mass Effect, and little bits of Crisis thrown in there as well. This is a full-length AAA game title, and it's an RPG first-person shooter. We can create defenses, upgrade our kit, our weapons, our gadgets. And I'm going to be showing you the first 20 minutes or so of this game, and I'm going to be telling you exactly what I think, how immersive it is, how it feels, what it looks like, the audio, the graphics, well, of course, and the gameplay as well. As you can see above us, before we jump in, there's this ship here, which is massive in virtual reality. That's probably, I don't know, a mile long. That might be a bit of an exaggeration, but it is very, very big. Virtual reality is never going to be able to portray the sense to somebody on a 2D screen what this actually is. But here we are. In the 24th century, humanity has expanded past the solar system. Tired of suffering under the rule of the Alpha Centauri Commonwealth, the newly founded First Centauri Republic has taken up arms to fight for its sovereignty. Years of bloodshed follow. Then news comes from the ACC, have found an alien world, potentially holding the key to winning the war. First FCR team sent to investigate goes dark. Though stretched thin on the front lines, another soldier is assigned to discover what happened. Focused solely on his mission, he knows nothing of what lies in store for him. Got left a few words up there. But yes, this is very, very cool. That planet and things out in the distance out there. Does feel like there's a massive amount of distance. But let's get in. Let's get to the meat and bones of this game, and let's see what we think.
Select a movement style. You can change your preference from the settings menu at any time.
So here we are, and I know immediately from testing this to make sure it's recorded, the field of view on the screen is not the field of view that I get in the helmet. There are my arms and hands. Isn't that cool? A bit like Lone Echo. Feels really good. Yes, the helmet here, I can actually see inside the helmet, and there is data and information all along the bottom here that don't show up on the video. I don't know why that is. It was the same with Lone Echo, but believe you me, there's more data here. It feels as though it's actually encasing my head as it would properly, and as you can see, these are my hands. Always prefer these type of games where you actually get hands and arms. It's much more immersive. So now that I know that the FOV is going to be different for you, I'll try and exaggerate some of my movements and keep the head movement nice and slow. So it looks like we've got some sort of marine here. It definitely gives me a little bit of a Crisis vibe. Now on screen, it's going to be a lot sharper than it is for me in the headset. One of the things I noticed when coming into this game is it felt like it needed a little bit, just a little bit more AA. Even the menu system here is in front of me in virtual reality. It feels quite good. And I'm going to be putting the walk speed once we get into the game on a slower pace, because I really do want to enjoy this game. Let's move down the corridor. I think the height tracking is a little bit off because I feel about 7 foot tall, a little bit like Master Chief. So you can see out the window there, if I crouch down, there's lots of things going on outside there. It's definitely got a Crisis Halo vibe about it. It's fantastic. You can see the body armor here. And we will be, I think I will be doing this as a series if people are interested in this. I really do want to take my time with the game, appreciate the graphics and everything else. But so far, the immersion here in the helmet is absolutely brilliant. I do wish it was slightly smaller. But hey ho, there may be options in this, as we're not actually in release. This is actually the beta test. As we come over here, there's another ship there, ready to take off and land on the planet. Up at the top, you can see we have food and thirst. And yes, as this is an RPG, we will have to consider all these things as well as a bit of a survival game.
Swing your arms back and forth as if running while your character is moving. You can enable or disable automatic sprinting in the systems menu under settings.
really quite beautiful graphics out there. You see the planet and the nebulas above. The whole system here, the whole ship feels massive. I mean, if I look outside that window there, that's probably 400 meters away in virtual reality. Quite cool. And this thing here on the right, this battle thing, that probably feels about 40 meters high. Not sure about this system for now. I have to physically run in the real world in order to sprint. I think it's supposed to ease motion sickness, but I don't actually feel it's too bad. I feel like I can actually reach out and touch a lot of this. So,
For smooth rotation, hold down the right trackpad or joystick and drag the controller back and forth to rotate your character.
okay, so we've got the option to basically click the button and it will automatically turn us in direction, but I'll be using the smooth direction anyway.
You can change the degree of angular rotation in the Systems menu under Settings.
So let's move down this corridor. Everything in VR that's close to you really does improve the immersion because of the... It's not so pixelated and the graphics are not too low res at distance.
Lieutenant Weston, the captain's waiting for you on the bridge.
Thank you, soldier. Wow. What a way to introduce the captain by her wearing the tightest pants you've ever seen in the universe, bending over a table. Now, come on, devs. We're not that daft. Anyway, keep this serious. I shouldn't be having these naughty thoughts. So here we are on the main deck. And again, really rather impressive. It looks like we've got some sort of cellar down there. We've got these pipes overhead. Feels quite realistic. Looks like there's some sort of... I don't know if that's a lift over there. It's a machinery moving around. And there are holograms everywhere. Not only have I got holograms in the helmet, again, which you're going to miss some of the stuff that's down here at the bottom of the visor. Down here. But there is quite a great immersion there. So let's go look at this. But go look at the captain. And, excuse me. God damn it. Oh, here we go.
There you are. For a member of the Penumbra Corps, you sure took your sweet time.
Coleman.
That's Captain Coleman, Lieutenant.
Captain?
Mustn't. No, stop it, stop it.
So, we've arrived.
Affirmative. We dropped out of FTL travel a few minutes ago, right over the target world. Take a look. The planet where Major Walker's team disappeared. Quite a sight, isn't it?
Indeed.
Yep, that about sums it up.
I need to change the height.
Initial scans suggest an abundance of natural resources, both above and below ground. It certainly explains the ACC's interest.
Like kids in a candy store. How about Walker's team? Any idea where they went to ground?
No response on any FCR frequencies, but we did pick up a distress signal. That'll be your first lead. We'll drop you right on top of it.
6 weeks off the grid, and their beacon's still working? Not bad. Anything else?
Yeah, that's all we've got. Better secure your backpack. This'll be your last chance to do an equipment check before the drop. And while you're at it, you should down a few rations. Grab some from the stash.
Okay, so we need to go get our rations from the mess hall over there. But I'm just going to come up to the table. Lots of holograms and stuff here. And again, in virtual reality, you're not going to get the sense that I am on a 2D flat screen. There's depth to all this stuff. It actually feels like, you know, that area over there, there is quite a big distance to that object. I don't know if that's a lift or a hololift or whatever you call it. The smoke looks fantastic in VR, and I'll give them that. It doesn't look like it goes up, so maybe it is some sort of transportation system. But we shall see. I'm sure we'll get round to that at some point. Let's have a look at the rest of the deck before we go get our combat cheese and pickle onion sandwiches with a bit of Branston pickle. Cool little gizmo here. I wonder if that's a weapon he's got on the left. We've got more troops here, more crew, should I say, on the deck, doing a few things. It's cool in here. Let's come up and have a look at the pilot seats here. We've got some guy doing something here. It looks like there's a cuboid or something out there with a hologram in it, and it's hard to quite make out what that is. Maybe we should be landing on that planet at some point and having a look. But yeah, this is quite cool. He's obviously concentrating. Let's just move over a little bit. Hula girl there. Lots of screens moving, lots of data. And standing here, it actually really does feel like I could just sit in that chair right now and control the ship. And maybe later on, who knows, maybe we will get to control a spaceship. Land it ourselves down on the planet, get out with some crew. Who knows? Because this is all as fresh for me as this is fresh for you. There's the captain again. I shall see you in my quarters. I shall see you later, Captain. That suit is very tight fitting. But anyway, let's get over here and let's go get our supplies.
Yeah, the best of FCR cuisine. Bland and stale.
To use a consumable to restore your health or lower your hunger or thirst, equip it in one hand. Bring that hand to your character's face and you will automatically consume it. If your character is trying to drink, be sure to have the opening pointed toward your face.
So, consume a consumable to restore your health or lower your hunger or thirst. Equip it in one hand. Bring that hand to your character's face. He will automatically consume it. Character's trying to drink. Make sure you have the opening pointed towards your face. So this is a purified water container.
Press the menu button
There we go.
on your left controller to open the
And I've
backpack.
actually drunk it. So if I press that button now, we can bring open the
To navigate the
backpack.
backpack menu, use your right controller.
Now this
Point
is
the
amazing.
controller
This
towards an
probably
item to
won't
see
come
its
across very well
Move an
on a
item to
2D
the
screen.
quick select
This
bar.
is
Aim at the
fully
item with your
3D
controller.
directly
Down the
in
trigger.
front of me.
Drag it to the quick select bar of the hand you wish to equip it in, and release the trigger.
And this is the menu system. And
Aim at
because
the
this
item with
is
your controller. Hold down the trigger, drag the item to the particular body part you need to equip it on, and release the trigger.
Because this is an RPG,
We're beginning our approach.
there's going to be lots of
Your
systems,
weapons in the pod.
clothing and things
Head
like
there
that
when
that we're
you're
going to
ready,
have
and
to
let's get this
upgrade.
show started.
Yes, ma'am.
So if I
Talk
take
to you
that
from the
burger,
ground.
it's in my hand there, and if I select it, we can put it in this inventory system over on the right. So foods, I can put that in there, and that goes in my backpack. You can also put items in the central. In fact, I'll show you in a second. So we've got this object here. Let me just step back a little bit so you can see this a little bit clearer. So it's showing you that it's in my right hand. And it tells you what it is up there. Life recovery, and it fixes 8 thirst. So if I take that object, we can put that over here as well. Or we can put it in this side menu here. And when we've got it in the side menu, we have a quick menu I can bring up with my other hand. But as you can see, clothing, helmets, it's all going to be in here. Gloves, we're all going to be able to upgrade this as it's an RPG system. And this, on the floor, feels very much like The Division. Remember the first Division trailers that came out? Well, that's exactly what it feels like. Feels absolutely brilliant. And I can't bring up the quick menu to select items because we're not down on the ground as yet. But other systems and things we've got in here. We've got a database. Again, this is in virtual reality. It feels like it's 6 to 10 foot in front of me. Very, very immersive, and it looks like we've got all the information in here. What a brilliant way to show information and data in VR by having the ability to be able to bring this on screen in a large format. It's easy to read. I think the game needs a little bit more anti-aliasing, but I'm sure that will come at some point. So everything's in here. It's explained. Already, without us even getting onto the first mission, this already feels like a AAA title. The other AAA, I would say, would be Lone Echo, another game which is absolutely amazing if you love space games. Full, triple story, the lot. So, that's our system in here. Let's just quickly save. I'll see if I can sort that helmet size out as well. Because I don't want to be 7 foot tall. I'd like to be a little bit smaller. Okay, so let's get down in the lift. Well, it's not a lift, is it, really? A holographic transporter? I don't know what you would call this. I'm going to guess it's going to transport me down either up or down to the next level. Let's have a look.
All operatives, report to the launch bay and prepare for combat.
So here we are on the lower deck. Yes, and of course it has transported us. A little bit like The Fly, a little bit like Star Trek. Beam me up, Scotty.
All operatives,
So you can see a little bit more of the helmet there as I viewed completely down. That is very, very visible for me in the game. Doesn't really come across on the screen. So I think I've got myself a little bit stuck there. There we go. Okay, let's move on. Now that waypoint marker on the right, I wish that was actually integrated into the helmet. It's a little bit of an immersion killer for me, personally. Let's go down there and see what these guys are looking at. I've got personnel here, fixing and welding. How you doing, son? Wish me luck. Do you know what this actually feels like coming down these steps now? It feels like Star Citizen in virtual reality. That's exactly the vibe I'm getting right now at the beginning of Star Citizen when you first come in. There's lots of detail in here. Cloth, pipes, ironwork. Feels great. It feels like I'm actually here.
All operatives report to the launch bay and prepare for combat. Repeat.
Okay, let's go see what these two guys are talking about. Great sense of scale in here. I wonder at some point whether we'll be able to open these hatches and things like that. We've got more people here on data systems. Let's have a look over the edge here.
I hope we wrap this assignment up quickly.
Wow, you can actually hear NCPs.
I'm going stir crazy, just waiting for the ground crew to drop. See what they find.
Ah, that too. Not what I meant though.
What's bugging you?
Just, I've never been this far from my family before.
That's all? Don't sweat it. Everyone gets homesick the first time out.
No, it's just that, back in the system, I could always find out if something had happened to them. If the colonies got bombed, we'd know. But all the way out here? They could already be dead and we wouldn't have a damned clue.
Hey, don't talk like that. You're gonna jinx us all.
Alright, sorry.
We'll be fine. Just leave it to the hotshot headed to the surface.
That would be me.
That lieutenant we're carrying?
Lads.
Yeah, Wesley or Weston or whatever. He'll take care of everything.
Wesker.
No problem.
Now who's jinxing things?
Well, that's fantastic that the NCPs are actually, you know, moving the story forward and giving you a little bit of backstory and things. Very nice. Cool little gadget down here. Hey up, fella. You'll be coming with me down on the planet at some point, I am sure. Let's come here. There's some guys on the right. It looks like we've got him in the drop pod there on the left. But let's see if these guys have got anything to say about me, seeing as, well, I seem to be a legend.
Not on our end, anyway. No idea what he'll find down there.
You sure he can stick the landing?
The pods are reinforced, and we double-checked his trajectory. Unless he somehow lands in quicksand, he'll be fine.
All right. Time to see if he was worth bringing along.
I'll show you, lads. You stay up here, nice and toasty, yeah? I'll go down and get all the work done, the graft. So we've got more pod drops over there. It's time for us to get in here and get ourselves down onto the planet.
Headed to the surface? Good luck, Lieutenant.
Thank you. Carry on. Here we go. Deep breath. Into the drop pod we go.
Drop pod sealed. Here we go again.
The Falconer is nearing the drop zone now. Comms check.
Reading you loud and clear.
Acknowledged. All systems are go. Lieutenant.
This is impressive in VR.
Initiating drop in 3, 2.
All these items are all around me.
Really should not have eaten that ration.
Man up.
I think I should be sat down for this, actually, but I'm going to stay stood
Time
up.
to landing, 45 seconds.
45 seconds to landing.
Coleman?
That's Captain
Not a good time. I think the maneuvering jets are gone. Coleman!
Hang on. We've lost real-time monitoring for your pods.
So much depth
Last
to all this
update
stuff.
puts you 2 kilometers above the surface. Stay calm. Even
I am
without
calm,
jets,
it's you
the
that's
kinetic
shitting your
load can
pants.
cushion your landing. Partially.
Not reassuring.
Just brace yourself. Estimating your altitude at 1 kilometer.
Ah, shit.
Status report. Lieutenant. Lieutenant.
Now, there wasn't enough shake in this. I'm actually going to physically shake to add more to the immersion for myself, lads.
Okay. Our techs are looking into your equipment failure now. Status report.
Give me a minute. I need to run a systems check.
Whoa.
Suit functions still operational. Good. God damn it, my flashlight. Where's my gun?
Press the A button on the rift to open the quick select bar.
If one of your hands is empty, move the hand to an item you wish to equip. The item will automatically be placed in that hand.
Well, damn. Touchdown confirmed.
Wow.
No hostiles in the immediate area. Though I don't see the distress beacon either.
Stand by. You're not far from your original LZ. I'm sending the coordinates to your system.
Roger that.
Wow. This is like... These graphics are good. Whoa, the immersion is real. And this is the handgun that we're actually starting off with. It feels like I'm actually holding that gun as well. I think the audio could do being a little bit more beefy, but wow, 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 wow. Here we are on this planet, and let's just get out here slowly. Wow, the scale here is incredible. That looks amazing. I can see that... Oh, this feels like I've just come down in a drop pod onto the planet, and there's the drop pod. The scale here and the lighting is very, very impressive for VR. Lone Echo I thought was always the top of its game, but this is very, very impressive as well. This really does feel like I've been plonked into a kind of Halo universe. A little bit of Mass Effect as well. Let's just come up here. So we can open these, collect the items. As you can see at the top of the screen, I have food and water that I need to concentrate on as well, because it is an RPG. It's not just a first-person shooter. There are lots of things and gadgets and weapons and things that we're going to be constructing on here. But I am going to keep this, I think, the end of part 1, just to tease you for part 2. Hope you've enjoyed this. I certainly think this is going to be a fantastic series, and I hope you join me for the rest of this.